You can create the life of your dreams, and you can do it with satisfaction and gratitude and pleasure. That game's not for me anymore. What could happen? You could stir things up and take things to a new level. Treating you the way you want to be treated, or don't want to level up with you. Look what we've got here. Everything. Hello there, Leo. Thanks for being with me today. This is Michele B. Let me talk about the main themes that are coming up in this reading. It's about removing, clearing the things that are slowing you down, Leo. The main theme that's come up for this reading today is just, I'm not waiting anymore. The Three of Wands is the waiting card, and it's like, I'm done. I'm done waiting for somebody else to come along and make things easy for me. I have been hustling hard. I have been doing the things that I should be doing, but I expected that someone else would come and like give me a stamp of approval, give me an alley-oop, and it's not happening so far because basically you haven't asked the universe. You've been thinking that some person, some human was going to be able to help you. That's not what it is. You got to be asking the universe for help, right? What to leave behind? We have the devil came up. Now the devil's going to come up later on in the reading, so stay tuned for that. But it's leaving behind this sense of feeling trapped in the old paradigm, trapped in the status quo cycles of, I get a paycheck, I lose it, it's spent right away, I spend all of it, and I'm always striving and straining for more and more and more, because you see how these people are chained up and they're being over, like this is the these are the corporations, this is the landlord, this is the man that's forcing me into this chained position. You're leaving that behind because that's all a figment of your imagination. You were always free. You always have a choice in how you work. But eventually you can create the life of your dreams, and you can do it with satisfaction and gratitude and pleasure. And what you're embracing is that you do have the ability to step up your game a little bit and do it with pleasure and do it with grace. Who are you anyway? You are Leo. You can put on a good show while you're doing your work. So you're learning to not wait for somebody else and instead find pleasure and feel freedom while you are creating the life of your dreams. So there's a little bit of a narrative of, why doesn't anything ever work out for me? You're not the only person who things don't work out perfectly for. But I do feel like you are associating with people that have a self-pitying attitude toward themselves. This could be something that you saw in your childhood. Woe is me kind of attitude, instead of everything's actually working out for me. Boom! Everything's working out for me. And that is all a state of mind. You can change your attitude from this paranoid, everybody's out to get me attitude to the universe wants me to be so happy attitude, and that's just up to you. But if you're associating with people that also hold that attitude, it's really hard to hold on to. It's suggesting that perhaps your prosperity, the Nine of Pentacles lady, she's got it all together. She's got it going on, right? She is saying to you, you could be like me. The momentum could speed up on the things that bring you pleasure and joy, but you got to watch out for people that are holding you back. Their attitude leaves you feeling drained, leaves you feeling like the world's a shitty place. If there are specific projects that you're excited about working on, there is someone who can give you some good advice, give you inspiration, and help you get jazzed up and excited and passionate about the stuff that you're working on. Specifically for Leos who need to hear it, there's some kind of issue either in the workplace or in some kind of a legal issue. So we also have the Five of Wands here and Five of Wands here. So there's like a lot of bickering and a lot of negativity in your environment, holding things up because they're concerned. They're really concerned about the details. Somebody always wants to be in charge. Like, how many people are going to be in charge of this project? The message for you when it comes to your work environment or this creative project that you're working on is for you to hold your truth, Leo. Stay true to yourself. Show up to the project in honesty, being who you are, and keep that attitude positive. It feels like you have resources for advice for this situation. Right now, you don't know how it's going to work out because it seems like it's all chaotic and you don't really know all the details of how to go forward yet. But overall, I feel like the prospects are really positive as long as you can keep that positive, honest mindset. Regarding the Lovers and the Devil, came up in the realm of money and economic abundance, feeling like being rich is a bad thing. Being rich is difficult. Being rich is not for you because you're a good person, and good people don't get rich. Only bad people are rich. Okay? And in the meantime, while you're being a not rich person, you're being held down by the rich people. You're being prevented from doing good things for yourself by the rich people. Have you ever considered, Leo, going around this oppressive force that's there? Like, it's not like somebody's going to hunt you down and hurt you if you don't play the game. If you play the game, yeah, you're going to be trapped in the same cycles again and again and again. But if you say, the game's not for me anymore, what could happen? You could stir things up and take things to a new level. Taking responsibility for yourself and making good choices for you. Knowing that wealth and abundance is your birthright. The mentality that we're all trapped in the cycles of going to the factory every day and, oh, my soul to the company store. The old notions of being a slave or an indentured servant to the system, those don't apply anymore. And anyone who's stuck in those old patterns is allowing themselves to be a victim of the past. Please do argue with me in the comments about it. I'm not falling for it because I have found a better way, and you can too. And it's about not playing the game and being cleverer than the game. It starts with the attitude, I'm a free person. Every day I wake up and I am free to make my own choices. There are consequences of those choices, but they're actually not that bad. You can be clever. You can find a way around it. Always, you can find a way around it. It's your love prospects all together. I'm feeling the feminine so much, and I switch it around if you're masculine, identifies masculine, and you're watching this video. So when it comes to love, whether you're single or whether you are in a relationship right now, you don't listen to your intuition. When it comes to how you're treated, when it comes to what's good for you, when it comes to your value, an internal glass ceiling that was set for you in your childhood by not really being treated very well by your influential adults, being treated as though you don't deserve the best. But it's up to us to set the standards of what is best for us. So when we set standards that are really, really high, we attract really, really good things. Like, you could just go hook up. It's not hard. You can get a dating profile and get together with any old person who is also lonely. But you're better than that, aren't you? You are, this is you in the archetypal personalities of the tarot. The Queen of Wands is Leo. Remember who you are. You are this queen. You are hot shit. You don't need to be with anybody to have a good time. So when you set those standards really high, you're going to move to a new level. That's what the world's all about. Having this like deep satisfaction of moving to a new phase of being. You can have a deep, emotionally intimate connection with another person. You got the physical stuff, you got the emotional stuff. Everything's like working out harmoniously in your everyday life. You have the whole package. That's what the world is all about. You have like exciting adventures. Like, you feel totally fulfilled in completion with this other person because you are already complete. You are already enough, right? So maybe you were taught in childhood that you just have to settle for whatever because it sucks to be lonely, right? It's the ways that you trap yourself into the same patterns over and over again. But you got to listen to your instinct when it comes up. When your instinct tells you, this isn't the first time, this isn't good enough. This doesn't make me feel like a queen. This doesn't make me feel like a queen. That knowledge is telling you something. Don't tune it out. Don't downplay it. Just like hang in there and not be crazy. Like, don't be paranoid. Don't be crazy. In this case, it's positive paranoia. It's standing up for yourself, having healthy boundaries, right? Knowing what feels good and knowing what doesn't. All right, so I'm going to pull a card or two. When you Choose to end the old patterns of what you used to do, right? And get rid of the people in your life that are not treating you the way you want to be treated or don't want to level up with you. Look what we've got here. Everything. She's the empress of all the queens, right? The empress is the queen of fertility, and everyone adores her, and like nature adores her. It's just like got the birds, and she's got the deer, and the bunnies are all coming up to her, and they're like, we adore you, you're so wonderful, you're so sweet and feminine and honest and beautiful. And it's not like you're not this. The Queen of Wands and the Empress are not bitches. They just say, no thanks, in a positive, beautiful, lovely way, and they move on because they don't need it. They don't have to fight about anything, and they attract beauty and wonderfulness and love and all that good stuff. And this is where I close out. Leo, thank you so much for being with me through this reading. If you loved it, make sure you subscribe. In the description box below, you'll find a link to my Instagram. You'll find a link to offer me a tip if you really enjoyed the reading. And if you want a private reading, I have an email address in there for you to contact me, and we'll get started talking about how I can serve you to align you with abundance and love and all the good things, right? Specific messages just for you. And with that, I bid you adieu. I'll see you later, Leo.